On today's episode of the Homes Real Estate Podcast, we are talking about getting started buying a home. Stay tuned.
Yep.
Hello, everybody. I am Peter Toering.
And I'm Chris Vanbelle.
And this is the Homes Real Estate Podcast. Again, of course, as you know, we are realtors with Coldwell Banker Emanuel Hill here in Macomb, Michigan, just down the street from Selfridge Air Base. So the question we get a lot is, well, you know what? I'm kind of thinking about buying a home. Maybe I'm 6, 8, 12 months away. I don't know where to start.
Well, and a lot of times buyers start out probably 18 months, the whole process. So, where are we going to start out with this one, Peter?
So here's the first thing that you should do is, whether you are 6 months away or you are 18 months away, give a local realtor a call. I know this seems like you might be jumping the gun. Well, I don't want to waste their time, Chris. I'm 18 months away, and they might just keep bugging me, and it's going to be really... Find an agent that's not going to bug you. They're low pressure, which we pride ourselves on being. Go in there for 30 minutes for a buyer consultation.
Yeah, it's a great place to get started. And I was like really hesitant to do them. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing better than getting your buyer on track. Again, whether it's a month out, 2 months out, 6 months out, 18 months out. That way you can start putting that path together.
Right. And now there's a couple of elements to this path. The first and the most important one is finances.
Finances are huge. And Peter and I both know some really, really kick-ass lenders. Like top of the line, best lenders that I've ever talked to.
Now, to pause, we are not telling you to go get a pre-approval. Do not go get a pre-approval. I know this sounds counterintuitive. Don't get a pre-approval. They're only good for 90 days.
60 days.
If
60 to 90 days.
If you're 18 months out, you do not need a pre-approval, but you do need a lender who's willing to work with you and put you on a plan.
Right. So any of the really good lenders are going to take a look at your financial situation and look at all your information, your credit score, credit history, anything you need to do to put you on the path to success in buying a house.
Yep. We're going to make sure that your budget looks good. You know, do we have enough income to afford the type of house that we might want? Is there any, extraneous spending that we might be able to get rid of? Is there any bills that need to be paid off before we go forward with this? Do we need to improve your credit score? Do we need to help you save for a down payment? That's a big one.
Do you have a lot of college debt that your lender has to work with you to maybe restructure it a little bit? Sometimes, I know one of the lenders I use, she'll take care of some of the college debt workings, figuring out what to do to get it into a good area. That way you can buy a home. Yeah,
and now if you start trying to work on these things when you need to be in a home in a month, things can get dicey. So we actually encourage you, get started on this early. Call us. I always tell people, I'm going to be in the business in 18 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk to me now if you're wanting to buy in 18 months, and we'll get you on that plan. That way it's a lot easier for you later on. So another thing you definitely need to talk about is, what's your timeline?
Now and there could be a lot of factors. Do you have a lease coming up and you're about to end that? Are you going to have to go month to month?
Yeah. Do you have 8 months left on your current lease? That might stop you as well. Can you break your current lease if you do have it? What are the provisions there? Are there penalties? Is your rent going to go up? We need to know all of those things to help you, because even if there's a penalty, if your rent's going up, it still might be a better decision for you to break your lease.
And there's some way out there things. Are you going to be changing jobs? Are you going to go from a W-2 to a 1099?
Right.
All sorts of things that we're going to need to discuss. That way we can, have some good solutions and get you into buying a home.
Yeah. Another thing we want to look at on timeline too is there any big looming things? Hey, I know that I have a wedding coming up and I have to be in my house before my wedding. There's all sorts of there's also I bought my house and moved in and got married in I think and remodeled in the span of 3 weeks. It's fun.
That's
3
awesome.
weeks. So those are questions we want to be asking. And if we're not doing them in advance, they can create a real rush later on. You also need to look at what's your skill level. Are you someone that is going to be possibly interested in a fixer-upper? That's going to go into timing as well, because if you're interested in a fixer-upper that you're going to be working on yourself, we need to maybe look at that timeline. Maybe you've got repairs that need to be done before the house is ready to be moved into.
And that's something we're going to also go back to the lender. And is this somebody that can do the 203K or any of the other programs that are out there right now to help renovate a house to make it livable?
Yeah, a portfolio project or something like that too. So there are a whole lot of things that go into this. The next thing you want to do too is start checking things out online.
That's huge. I mean, everybody does it anyway. We check out our realtors, we check out our homes, we check out everything, and we've got the most educated buyers now than we've ever had.
Yeah, which was a lot of agents before the internet thought it was going to be a bad thing, and I love having educated buyers. It's it's something that they now understand the process a little bit better. Certainly when we bring new points up, there's a lot of times familiar with that already. They might be familiar with generally what mortgage rates are, less shock value.
Absolutely.
Those are definitely things that you want to be looking at, and then start driving some neighborhoods.
That's huge, and especially when we get the relocation clients in, I find it to be really awesome. They usually take the initiative without us ever having to say anything, because it's not just how it looks on paper. What does a crime rate look like? What does the schools look like? How does it feel when I drive through it? We're in an economy right now where everybody's emotionally attached to things. How does it feel when I drive through the neighborhood?
And I've always said this, your home is not just a head purchase, it's a heart purchase, right? So, is it a neighborhood is it on a busier street than you thought? Does it back up to commercial? Does it, is there more road noise than you thought there would be? How easy is it to get to shopping? Are you in an area that there's only one or two ways to get around traffic? Those are all things that you want to be looking at, and it's easier once you know what neighborhoods, really the neighborhoods you don't like, it's easier for us to narrow down the neighborhoods that you do.
And it's one thing to look at it online. It's one thing to check it out there. It's totally different when you drive through. Do you like the parks? Is it close to the water? There's so many different variables, and at least, we're looking for you and your home experience. Let's see what you like the best.
And then the nice thing then is if you know what neighborhoods you like, you know kind of what styles of home you like, then we can start sending you notifications of, hey, here's some properties that fit. And even if you're not buying yet, now you're aware of what homes are selling for. You can see, hey, I know that I'm going to get about this for this price point.
Yep.
And it really helps you kind of get your feet wet and ease into the home buying market.
And it's not necessarily going to be the HGTV, let's see 3 and be done.
No, you'll probably see hundreds of homes online. You probably will see my average buyer, I think, between 8 and 15 in person, and you'll probably drive a ton of neighborhoods.
Yeah, and the more research you do up front, the less time, it's not that we don't want to show you houses, but the less time you will be going in and out, driving through homes. I've had quite a few lately that have been one and done.
Chris brings up a great point. It is not that we don't want to show you homes, it's we don't want to show you homes that don't fit.
Absolutely.
Exactly. If we're showing you 30 houses, which is way above my average, but every single one of them is a great fit, and you're like, you know what? This just keeps getting better and better and better and better, and now I get to pick one of these awesome properties. Sure.
And we're going to ask you a lot of questions through the process.
Yep.
What did you like? What didn't you like?
Right.
Is this your top 3? Is this your top 1, top 2?
Yep. But having some neighborhood knowledge can really help you not get burned out, and we're dragging you out 20 times to neighborhoods and nope.
Absolutely.
I don't like this neighborhood. Knowing the neighborhoods can really help. So if you have questions on, hey, how do I start? I don't want somebody bugging me and I just want some help. Give either one of us a call, text us. The numbers are right on the podcast here. And we really appreciate you guys listening. We've got certainly more listeners than we used to. We've got hopefully pushing out a lot more content. If you look, there's certainly been more episodes this month than there might have been in the last, at least for last year, in 6 months.
So one of our goals this year, man.
Yep. So we are trying to provide as much value as we possibly can. But to do that, we need your help, dear listener.
Dun, dun, dun.
We need you to send us via Facebook message, text message, comment. What are you concerned about with your home, with the market, with home maintenance, with starting, buying, or selling, how you're picking agents, lender questions, title questions, all sorts of things that relate to the real estate and home owning process. We'd love to answer those questions for you.
So. Absolutely. And hopefully we're looking to bring a couple more people on again this year. Looking for a home warranty person or two, maybe lenders again. We always love having lenders on those. It's always fun.
It's a blast. So,
and anybody you want to hear.
Yeah. If you say, hey, I really want to hear a tax guy or an accountant or whatever.
Home inspector.
Whatever you think might be helpful, we will try and do that for you. So check us out on SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and anywhere else you might find your podcasts. And again, follow us on social media, Facebook, Peter Toering, Realtor, and Chris Vanbelle, Realtor. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Take care.